how are you? I hope you all are doing great today. My name is Renu Rathi and we will be learning our very interesting and a very relatable topic, that is number system and Roman numerals. Now in this chapter we will learn about what we have learned earlier, that is let us do. Then 5 and 6 digit numbers, reading numbers on the abacus, face value and place value of those numbers, periods, ordering of these numbers in Indian and international system of numeration, and then we will learn about Roman numerals. Now let's start with let us do. One day the traffic police of a city took up the job of recording the number of vehicles passing through a busy road during the peak hours, that is from 9 am to 12 pm. We have told that the peak hours when the traffic was high, that is from 9 am to 12 pm. Now they recorded the movement as follows. Here are the movements they have recorded: cars, bikes, buses and scooters. Now in the first one, which vehicle passed the most and which vehicle passed the least, we have to tell that. Now the vehicle passed the most is bikes and the vehicle passed the least is buses. That's how you have to complete the remaining part. Now let's start with 5 and 6 digit numbers. Any number that is formed by the digits, any number can be formed by using the 10 digit, that is from 0 to 9. Now in the previous classes we have studied up to the 4 digit number, that is 9999. Now if the number of a numeral is formed by 4 digits, then the numeral can be written as 4 digit numeral and the number is a 4 digit number. Now if we add 1 to 9999, we get 10,000, which is the smallest 5 digit number. Now we know that 9 plus 1, that is 10, 99 plus 1, that is 100, 999 plus 1, that is 1000, 9999 plus 1, that is 10,000, and 99,999, that is equals to 1 lakh. Now we have observed the following numbers, that the number next to the largest 1 digit number is the smallest 2 digit number. Similarly, the number next to largest 2 digit number is smallest 3 digit. The number next to largest 3 digit number is smallest 4 digit number. The number next to largest 4 digit number is the smallest 5 digit number, and similarly the number next to largest 5 digit number is smallest 6 digit number, that is 1 lakh. Now the numbers beyond 10,000 are developed as under. How we write and how we read these numbers: it is 10,000, it is 10,001, 10,002, 10,003 and so on. Now 10,009, 10,010, 10,099, 10,100, 10,101, 10,999, 11,000, 11,001, 19,999, 20,000, 20,001. After that 99,998, 99,999, and then we have 1 lakh. Now let's start with reading numbers. How we can read numbers? For this we have to put the numbers in the place value table and read it. Now let's understand it better with the help of our example. We have to write these numbers in the place value chart and then read it and write the number names. Now we have placed it in the place value chart is ones, tens, 100, 1,000, 10,000, lakh. So the first number can be read as 36,893 and the next number can be read as 3,53,839. Now let's start with reading numbers on the abacus. Abacus is a tool that is used for reading and counting numbers. Each road can have maximum of 9 beats. Now for example, we have to represent these numbers on the abacus. The solution is very simple. Firstly, we will have the given numbers have at least 5 spikes. Here are 5 spikes and we write them as ones, tens, 100, 1,000, 10,000. Now after this the number contains 7 ones, 4 tens, 300, 6,000 and 2,000. Now we represent this number on the abacus as this number contains now 8 ones, 3 tens, 5 hundreds, 8,000 and 2 10,000s. Now representing these numbers on the abacus as shown below. Now after that, here is our another example where we are representing 1 lakh on our abacus. For that we will just put the 6th digit of spikes, that is lakh per column, and after that the abacus should have at least 6 spikes. Now let's start with exercise 2.1. In the first part we have to write these numbers in words. So the first one will become that is 25,783. That's how you can complete the remaining parts. Now, in the next one, we have to write it in numerals 7,580. That's how you can complete the remaining parts. In the next one, we have to write the largest 5-digit number, that will be 99,999. That's how you can solve this one. We have to write the ascending orders of the number form from 31,536 to 31,542. For this, we will write 31,536, 31,537, 31,538, 31,539 and so on up to 31,542. That's how you have to complete the remaining part. Now in the next one, again we have to count it from to twos and write the missing numbers. That will be 24242, 24244, 24246, 24248, 24250 and 24252. That's how you can complete the remaining part. Again, we have to write it by counting by threes, then counting by fives. We have to count by 10 and write the missing numbers. Now, first is 78,900, then 78,910, 78,920, 78,930, 78,940, 78,950 and the last one is 78,960. Now in the next one we have to count on the abacus and write the numbers and their number names. So in the first one, in the ones one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 and 4. So the number name will be 42,516. That's how you have to complete the remaining part. In the next one, we have to arrange the beads and complete the given numbers on the abacus. So in this one, here in the ones column, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beads, then 2 beads, then in this one we have 3 beads, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beads, then 1 bead. That's how you can complete the remaining part. Now next one is face value and place value of numbers. Now let's start with the face value and place value. Face value of any digit is the value of that digit in a number, and the place value we get according to the place in the number. The product of the digit of face value and the value of its place is equal to the place value of the digit. Now in our previous classes we have already learned the place values of numbers up to 5 digits like ones, tens, hundred, thousands and 10,000s. Now we observe that the value increases every time by 10 times when we move from right to left, from ones to tens, tens to 100, 100 to 1000, 1000 to 10,000 and then lakhs. Now let's understand it better with the help of an example. Now here in example number 3 we have said that we have to find the place value of each digit. Now in this one, this is 9 ones 90, 8 tens 80, 0 100 that is 0, 5,000, 7 10,000 that is 70,000 and here is 1 lakh. Now always remember, place value of 0 is always 0. Now next is we have to arrange the numbers in the place value chart. So here we have our place value chart, that is ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000, lakhs, and then we have written them according to the place value chart. Now next is we have to write it in expanded form. So here is our number, here are the place values of these numbers, and then we have separated them accordingly to the place value chart, that is 47,528 can be written as 40,000 plus 7,000 plus 500 plus 20 plus 8. Now let's look at example number 6. Now in example number 6 we have to write the expanded form in 3 different ways. That means firstly we can write it as 3 into 10,000, 4 into 1000, 5 into 100, 2 into 10 and 8 into 1. Then we write it after multiplication, or we can write it as 3 10,000, 4,500 plus 2 tens plus 8 ones. Now let's start with exercise 2.2. In the first part we have to fill in these blanks. In the first one we have 3 10,000, 5 thousands, 2 hundreds, 8 tens and 5 ones. That's how you have to complete the remaining part. In the next one we have to make the place value chart of the following numbers, as we have to write all the place value of these digits. Now the place value of 6 is 600, the place value of 5 is 500 and the place value of 7 is 700. That's how you have to complete the remaining part. Now in the next one we have to match the following column. Place value of 0 is right, always 0. Now let's start with period. Now what is a period? When we read numerals of large numbers without difficulty, that means we place them into periods in the place value chart as shown below. Here are our periods, that is houses, places and the digits. The houses are ones, thousands and lakhs. In ones we have ones, tens, hundreds, then thousand, 10,000 and 1 lakh. Now in the above table, 6 places are grouped in 3 periods, that is ones, tens and lakhs. Now in the first 3 places we have ones period, then the next 2 periods are of thousand and the sixth one is of lakh period. Now while reading the numerals of a number, the digits are in the same period and have read together. Now the name of the period is read along with them. Now for example, we read this number as 45,328. Similarly, in the second one we read it as 20,048, and here is a place value system. We have represented them in the place value chart. Now next is our ordering of numbers. Now we have to read these numbers. Now this is a 3-digit number, this is a 2-digit number, and we know 3-digit is greater than 2-digit. Similarly, 4-digit number is greater than the 3-digit number. Now here we note that the number with more number of digits are greater than the numbers having less number of digits. Now for example, more number of digits, more number of digits, more number of digits, so they are greater. Now if both have same number of digits, then we compare their leftmost digits and then moving from left to right. Now let's understand it better with the help of our example. Here example number 7 says that which one is greater among both. Now in A and B part, both have the same number of digits, but we compare their leftmost digit, that is 3, 3, same, but 8 is greater than 6, that means this one is greater. Now in the second one, we have the same 10,000 place, the same 1000 place, the same 100 place, but the ones place of the digits, that is 9 is greater than 2, that means left digit is greater than the right one. As we have said, 9 is greater than 2, so that means 9 one digit, left one digit is greater one. Now let's start with ascending and descending order. Arranging numbers from smallest to biggest is called ascending order. It is called increasing order. For example, we have to arrange them in ascending order. That means we are arranging numbers from smallest to greater, greater and then greatest. Now numbers arranging from biggest to smallest is called descending order. Here is our example, and we have arranged the numbers according to the biggest, then bigger, then smaller, smaller and then the smallest one. Now let's start with exercise 2.3 MCQ. In the first part we have to take the correct option. In 28,624, 6 is at 100 place. That's how you can solve the remaining part. Now in the next one we have to write the numerals 25,006. In the next one we have to write the place value and the periods. So the place, write the places of 1000 periods, that is 1000. Now write the period and place for the underlined digit. The period is ones period and the place is tens place. Now in the next one we have to fill in the boxes with greater than or less than. Which one is greater? Right one is greater than the left one. That's how you can complete the remaining part. Now in the next one we have to find the smallest and the largest number in each of the following. So in all of these, the smallest number is this one and the largest number among all of them is, this is largest and this is smallest. Here we have to form the possible 3-digit numbers using each of these digits only once, and then we have to arrange them in descending orders. So the digit that can be formed is 4, 8, 9. After that it is 8, 4, 9, and after that it is 8, 9, 4. Then it is 4, 9, 8, and the two digits is 9, 8, 4 and 9, 4, 8. And then you have to arrange them in ascending and descending order. Now let's look at the project work. Who am I? I am a 4-digit number. My 10th digit is first even number. That means first even number is 2. That's how you have to complete it. Now the next one is, we will learn Indian number system. What is Indian number system? We can extend numbers beyond 1 lakh in the same way as we do it from 1 to 1 lakh. Now here are our numbers like 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 lakh. So we have learned the 6-digit numbers using the place value chart. Now we have to take the numerals and we place them into the place value chart in ones period, thousand period and lakh period. Now we can read it as 6,32,854, and the next one is 9,99,999, which is our largest 6-digit number. Now next is one more than this largest 6-digit number is 10 lakh, which is our 7-digit number, and under this period 10 lakh, when we add 99,999 plus 1, it read as 1 crore, which is our smallest 8-digit number. Now the place value chart is to be further extended as to left 1 crore and then 10 crores. So this is our place value chart, Indian place value chart, that is ones period, thousand period, lakh period and crore period. In this we have 1 crore, 10 crore, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, 1000, 10,000 and ones, tens and 100. Now let's start with our international system of numeration. Most countries in the world follow another form of place value chart. It is given below, which is this one. Now the periods are ones, thousands and millions. In ones we have ones, tens, 100. In thousand we have 1000, 10,000, 100,000. In million we have 1 million, 10 million and 100 million. And this is our number which we can represent in our place value chart. And in the international value system we use 9 digits in 3 different ways, as we have discussed earlier, and the above chart is popularly known as the Indian place value chart. Now here we have compared the place value charts of Indian and international system, that is, here is our Indian system, here is our international system. Here we have 3 periods, here we have 4 periods. Here we have written all the numbers according to both the systems. Now observing the table carefully, we know that 100,000 is equals to 1 lakh, 1 million is equals to 10 lakh, 10 million is equals to 1 crore and 100 million is equals to 10 crore. Now let's start with exercise 2.4. In the first part we have to write the period and place for the bold digits. Now the period is thousands and the place is 1000. Now in the next one we have to write in words both for international and Indian value system. So firstly we will put the commas, that is, this one becomes in the international value system is 675,283, and in Indian system it will become 6,75,283. That's how you can solve the remaining part. Now the next one, how many thousands make 1 lakh? That is, the smallest is very good. 6 thousands can make 1 lakh. That's how you can complete the next one. In the next one we have to write the period and place for each of the bold digit according to the international system. Now according to the international system, the place is hundreds and the period is ones period. Now let's start with our Roman numerals. Roman is an ancient civilization which has its own symbol for writing various numbers. Sometimes we use these symbols on the faces of clock at the railway station and bus stations. We often know our pages and questions with the Roman symbols. The Romans used 7 letters of English alphabet in the place of numbers, and here are our Roman numerals, that is 1I, 5 for V, 10 for X, 50 for L, 100 for C, 500 for D and 1000 for M. These are the 7 symbols and we have some certain rules that are adopted for using them. Now let's start with the rules. Rule number 1 says that repetition of letter means addition. Some letters can repeat it up to maximum 3 times, that is triple I means 3, triple X means 30. Second rule says that if the smaller number is placed to the left of the bigger letter, that means we will subtract this number. Like I can be subtracted from B, that is 4, X can be subtracted only, and X can be subtracted from L and C only, that is 90, that is 9, XL means 50 minus 10, that is 40, but C can be subtracted from D and M only, that is 500 minus 100, that is 400, and CM is 900. Now rule number 3 says that the value of some numbers can be found by addition. Actually it's like our expanded form. For example, here is our number, we have expanded it, and then after adding it the number we get is 87. Similarly in the next one it is 90 plus 5 plus 6, that is 96. Now in the next one, CD means 403, that is 403. Always remember the symbol B is never repeated, also it is never subtracted. Now let's start with exercise 2.5. In the first one we have to write the Roman numerals for each of the following. So the first one Roman numeral will be XXV. Now in the next one we have to write the Hindu or Arabic numerals for each of the following. So that will become 24. In the next one we have to find the sum of these and we have to write it in Roman numerals. So it is 22 plus 11, that is 33, that means triple X triple I. That's how you have to complete the remaining part. Now let's start with the think tank. In the first one we have to take the correct option. In 32,469, 6 is in the ones period. That's how you have to complete the remaining part. Now in the next one we have to state true or false. This is 62,25,408. Yes, it is a true statement. In the next one we have to fill in the blanks. The largest 5-digit number is 99,999. That's how you have to complete the remaining part. In the next one we have to match the following with the Roman numbers. 50 is L. That's how we can do the 5th part, and in the 6th part we have to write the number names for the following according to the international system. Now according to the international system it can be written as 6,283,271. That's how you can complete the remaining part. Now the next one is maths puzzle across. What comes after 4,890? That is 4,891. That's how you have to complete the whole puzzle. Now I hope you have understood the chapter pretty well. You just have to practice the exercise questions and don't forget to revise this chapter again.